Okay, so this guitar is a GM03 model. It's the latest off the line in our development of sound, because I sculpt sound. It's an offset sound hole so that I can get a deep cutaway and 24 frets without actually covering the sound hole. The offset sound hole series started in 2006, and it actually brings the sound up to the person a little bit. With this one, I've added a door that slides, a sound port, so I can adjust how much I have it open if the player wants to hear a lot. Personally, I think that the bass sounds really good when it's half closed, and when I fill it up all the way open, that the bass actually gets a little bit warmer. The other thing that has happened with this guitar is this treble side is quite a bit thinner than the bass side. So I've tipped it down on the treble side along the sound line to give the treble less room for smaller treble sound waves to develop and larger bass sound waves to develop on the bass side. That is a sound feature. However, that makes it really wide here, and your arm has to come across and be comfortable, so I've created a Bentwood top, which I would attribute to Sheldon Schwartz, though he takes it to other people. What it does is it just angles this off a little bit so your arm can comfortably come across and not be ragged, torn apart on the sharp binding, although my bindings are usually well rounded. The top is Sitka spruce with a East Indian rosewood back and sides, and it's got a flame walnut neck and heel, with Shaler tuners on a peg head that has zircote with a maple underlay on the back for the head veneer, and zircote with a maple underlay on the front veneer, making for a very bold, big, thick headstock, which is new for this series as well, and a nice big angle with the timeless T, and the slots are cut to look like two hands elevating, holding the T up towards the top of the headstock. The fingerboard is zircote as well, and so is the bridge bone and for the nut and saddle with ebony bridge pins and pearl dot markers. It's also trimmed in purfling around the edge with a red border on each side, just to give the purfling a little bit more light display. It makes the light reflect really, really well. The intonation on this guitar is a buzz phaeton, so rather than being mechanically intonated, for the 12th fret and harmonic and note sounding the same, buzz phaeton sharps and flats some things, and he brings it into tune more like a piano, so that you end up having harmonically, strings working harmonically together, and it just brings out the sound of the guitar that much better, I think. So most of my guitars are buzz phaeton intonated. And that would be the Bentwood Top GM03 offset 24 fret timeless instruments guitar, built by David Freeman.